If there is one thing that is always known about Phil is like he always wants to bring up his support. He wants to bring up how things are doing on his side, whether it has to be for his memberships, his tips, his super chats. He wants to bring it to his audience's attention. But every single time that his money is affected, he's affected. That's only hurting him and not his chat. But if something is like good for everybody, or just like content, or just anything for the community, he likes to bring up we. Speaking of which, talking about the whole thing with the members though, that was one where he's like, oh, it's harming everybody. But in reality, it's actually harming him and his financials. Speaking of which, we now go live to the CEO of DSP Enterprises to tell you if his plan to actually change the memberships actually worked.
First of all, on the Level 1 podcast, I announced a solution to the issues that we are having with these falsified, not really falsified, but I guess you could say illegitimate gifted memberships that have been hitting all over all of my YouTube channels. The major problem was on my React channel, I have a show that's reliant on memberships. Those memberships allow people to nominate clips for me to watch for this weekly clip show that I call DSP versus the Internet. Well, all of a sudden, if we have 400 new members that didn't pay for them, that's not fair to the 100 members that do pay for that access. So I needed to figure something out quickly, and I did.
What Phil likes to bring up is that he's figured out the solution, when in reality, one of his own deadheads already came up with the solution, which was just make another tier goal. Yet, he sat there telling his audience that we need to delete these tiers and just create new ones. It's like, are you really that serious, Phil? Deleting tiers even though it's gonna really harm you more than anything else and harm your audience. But then supposedly he came up with the idea just to make a tier that's $5.99. Even though it was not his suggestion. Great way for him to take credit for something that wasn't his idea in the first place.
By making a new tier of membership on the channel called Submissions Tier.
Oh yeah, back to the whole thing with the Submissions Tier. Instead of paying $3.99, you pay $5.99. Nice way for him to sucker in his dents.
This allows people to do a prorated upgrade. Meaning if they already have an existing membership, just for like a couple dollars more, they can now get that access back. And essentially all the gifted memberships, all they get is emotes and that's it, which is fine. I don't mind having everyone have emotes on the channel.
Yeah, you don't mind everyone having the emotes on the channel though, but the problem is that you're mad it's affecting your money though. And especially when you brought up the whole thing about paying $2, yeah, people in your chat didn't really like that, and you made the point of, you can't scrounge out $2? What are you, a broke boy?
Sarah says she cannot afford the more expensive membership. You cannot afford $5.99 versus $3.99. Well, if you really, really can't, I'm certainly not going to complain. I'm not so sure about that. I don't know if I believe you that you're telling me that something you pay $3.99 for now that you can't pay $5.99 for to get the same thing plus added benefits because a troll is trying to ruin the channel. I have a hard time believing that. So I announced that big change, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. In 2 days, 10 people upgraded.
Yeah, so much for you just sitting there with that derpy ass face thinking that, oh hey, just making a new membership for $2 more is going to save my channel. Derp. It didn't work out for you, now did it?
I checked this morning, and as of this morning, 6 Ultra members have posted up their clips. Now that's fine because typically we have between 5 to 10 Ultra members at any time on that channel. And remember, Ultra members, they're guaranteed to have their clips watched on the show. If 6 already posted, that's great. Usually a lot of them post last minute. So I guarantee we're probably going to have between like 5 to 10 clips to watch there.
I just love the fact that this entire thing, he's just talking in circles, going back to shit that people already know about, even his own dents. It's getting to the point where it's insanity. He just thinks that talking the same thing over and over and over and over, that the point is going to stick further. It's like, Phil, we already know about your Ultra members. We already know about every single thing about submissions. We know how DSP versus the Internet works. Like, for God's sakes, do you think that telling your audience over and over that the ones that are slow, that they can't catch up, that's gonna help any? It's really not. It's just getting really repetitive and annoying.
But as for people who used to be standard members and have upgraded, like I said, only 10 people posted, and each person posted 2 clips. So potentially right now we got about 26 clips to go through on the React show.
Yeah, this is going to be really good coming into DSP Reacts. Yeah, this is a great way to do so. Fuck over all the other ones that were gifted memberships and they can't submit clips. Oh, no, 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 no. You just want to focus on the money and try to get as many clips and funds from your dents as possible, even though you don't want to do any of the work to earn this money legitimately.
Honestly, that's way less than usual.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
A typical React show, I would say we have between 40 to 50 clips. So we're about halfway there.
You know, I actually gave the idea, like, just to throw out there. I know Phil doesn't really give a fuck about a detractor's opinion, though, but having a lot of memberships giving clips, you're good for at least a month or two. But he doesn't like that, though, because those damn Argentinians coming in with their gifted memberships. No, these are all fake. Oh, no, ban.
Yes, it's a concern, because obviously I want the show to still be good.
Your show's never going to be good, Phil. You quit deluding yourself into believing that this show is good.
I don't know if some people just still haven't checked the channel and aren't aware yet.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what Phil was saying because something in his background was so fucking loud. Was somebody like doing a drive-by or someone getting something delivered? I don't know what happened.
Because I actually have been checking and a few people auto-renewed. And I'm like, well, that's great. The auto-renew is great, but if you're auto-renewing at the standard level, you can't nominate clips.
Phil, how do you know that they're auto-renewing for the $3.99 tier? How do impossible fuck do you know that they're doing so? Are they actually coming to you in your secret Discord saying, hey, Phil, some of the members all got together and say they auto-renew for the $3.99 one and they didn't get the $5.99 because they're too broke. And Phil's just sitting there going, oh, well, I guess I have my statistics.
Maybe some people just want to support the channel and don't really mind about the clips. It could be that. But I just want to make you all aware that you absolutely, if you want to have clips submitted for Sunday's show coming up, you need to upgrade to the submissions tier. This is not my choice. This is not something I wanted to do. I had zero intentions of changing how the DSP Reacts channel worked.
No, Phil, you chose to do this. You chose to make the $5.99 member tier for them to actually give you clips. You chose the pricing. You chose what should be done. You chose your own fate for DSP Reacts. And I love the fact he's immediately saying that this is the trolls' fault. Because why not?
This is all on YouTube having a stupid exploit available.
Oh, never mind. I was mistaken.
And on the scumbags out there who are using it to basically try to hurt the business.
Well, never mind. I guess it was both YouTube and the trolls' fault. It's like, goddamn, Phil. It's like, are you really that mad over the hand that is feeding you? Are you really that mad because people were doing this shit to you? It's like, Phil, if you would have kept your fucking mouth shut, this wouldn't have fucking happened to you. But yet, you want to sit there bitching, whining, moaning, complaining that it's YouTube's fault and it's the troll's fault because, oh my god, my business is now in shambles. I'm now financially destitute because, oh no, the Argentina rose up.
Please upgrade. It should only be a couple of bucks. Prorated, if you just renewed, it should be, not very expensive.
Not very expensive, but yet you're scamming your own audience for more money. Doesn't matter how much you're scamming them, you're just doing so.
And I apologize that we had to do it that way. I had to create a tier that was not giftable. That way the show could continue and not be ruined by these gifted memberships.
I thought you were actually happy that people were gifting members on your channel. Then all of a sudden, these quote-unquote fake memberships, they're actually real memberships. You just don't like them because they're not giving you a lot of money. Even though the whole entirety of it, it's like maybe $120 for the amount of memberships that you were gifted through this exploit, in quotes. Glob, glob, glob.
So, I announced that Wednesday morning. Hopefully, all of you have been listening and will pay attention, and hopefully some people will, oh crap, I needed to do that, so that you can submit more clips, right?
Or I just wish that most of these people actually got this message to go, oh, hey, I need to cancel my membership right away. After Phil gave the news about how he only got 10 people that took the $2 upgrade, apparently he went on to talk about his revenue, saying that he lost a lot of money due to the trolls ruining him with the gifted memberships. It's like, Phil, every single time that something goes wrong with your channel, it's no one else's fault but your own, but you want to put the blame onto someone else. Deflection. Every single time the narcissist wants to do something or try to make sure that it's not his fault, that he did nothing wrong, he'll always deflect it onto someone else. It's really fucking annoying.
Guys, here's the deal. This is my final streaming week of the month. I mean, it is the last 6 days of the month, right? So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30. Yeah, like the next 6 streaming days for me are the last days of the month.
And you're telling us like we care why?
If you like what I do on YouTube and the way I do it, please support the content this next week.
Nah, I'd rather go give my money to the people that actually do fucking deserve it, the people that do entertain, like any other detractors out there.
My real concern right now is this month, all right? I put in just as much, if not more effort into my content as I usually do.
Well, that's a big fucking understatement there, Phil. You're saying you put in a lot of effort? DSP Throwback, where you don't do any of the fucking work. All your playthroughs that you're doing, you just look bored and you want to clock out for the rest of the day and just not do anything. The thumbnails, not done by you. DSP Reacts, where people are giving you clips so you can just look in and just pre-screen them to find out what you can react to. All this shit that you're talking about being effort and you put a lot of time into it, nah, you're just deluding yourself and you just don't want to say that you're lazy.
This month, I launched DSP Throwback, which is doing pretty good. It's fully monetized now.
Yeah, fully monetized, because he wanted to stream so he can actually get it fully monetized with the ads playing, with the memberships that he said he wasn't going to do, and with super chats enabled and super thanks. You know, he's not doing it for money.
Every day, there's a new Red Dead or Final Fantasy 13 video over there.
I'm sorry, I thought you didn't want to do it daily on that channel. I thought you were going to do it like 2 or 3 times a week, not every day.
We launched my first ever stream over there where I reacted to the Red Dead playthrough and you guys loved it. And
are you sure that people loved it, Phil? Because from what we've seen of it, you looked entirely fucking bored, like you didn't want to do it. The only big thing that came out of it is when someone asked, hey, how much do you pay your editors? And you called it offensive.
For the record, I just banned someone because it's none of their business and they're basically trying to get a troll reaction out of me. But of course, my trolls ask things like, well, are you paying your editors to do this? No, what I do is I kidnapped people and I put them in my closet and I only let them out to edit videos. So they choose to edit for me for free because that's the only freedom they have. Then they go back in the closet and I lock them up again. I mean, it's just the stupidest question you could be asking.
How?
It's none of your business what my arrangements are with people who are editing for me. I don't have to tell you how much I pay them, how I pay them.
You're not
it's
paying
none of
them.
your business at all.
You're not
just
paying
asking
them.
the question is offensive, and that's why you just received a nice ban. So there.
How is that offensive? Like really, 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 when you break it down, how is that an offensive question? What the fuck? That's really not. When you think about it, it's not an offensive question.
Oh my god, the Will Smith Wild Wild West song.
And then we talk about Will Smith Wild Wild West.
I'm probably going to do another one of those next weekend.
Oh, great. So a disaster on top of another disaster. Great.
Not this week because of the new releases, but I'm thinking next weekend. On that Sunday, we'll probably do React Show and then another throwback stream to keep reacting to the Red Dead playthrough. I think that would be pretty neat because you guys liked it so much last time, okay?
Are you sure that they really liked it that much? Or are you talking to the ones that are legit mouth droolers going, we liked it, oozes, it's so good, it's such good, ooze, it time Red Dead, it time Cowboy. Are you sure you're actually asking the right people? Or are you going to the people that are easily gullible, that you know will just toss money at you over anything that you fucking do? Like, for real.
If you like my stuff, I really need your help this week. Here's why, okay? So I did check my statistics. I was trying to figure out how to exactly check everything, all right? Now, here's the thing. January typically is a month where everything is slower with ads, and that's okay. I'm used to that. Like, I'm used to every single January being a slow income month for ads because there's no ads on YouTube. You know, all the good ads were for the holidays, and this is a very slow month. It picks up somewhat in February, actually gets much better in March and April. My problem this month is the trolls, and I don't like talking about that or admitting it, but they fucked with my income this month badly.
Phil, you want to sit there and go on and on and on about how the ads are bad and how here's the thing, because you had to double down on the whole here's the thing with your audience. But now you're saying that it's the trolls and you don't like addressing it. Phil, the majority of the past few streams that you've done throughout the majority of the time was how the trolls were fucking with you, especially with the fucking memberships. If you actually had, I don't know, a few brain cells left in that brain of yours after you just chug bottles of gin, maybe you'll realize that if you hadn't have said anything, none of this would have happened. But knowing you, Phil, you just gave them the keys to how to fuck with you. And immediately they knew how to fuck with you. So congratulations, you created your own downfall.
All right, to give you some example, I looked at memberships. All right, so what I make typically in a month on channel memberships. And just, I could pull up the statistic right now, and this is not even an exaggeration.
I just love the fact he has to pull up his statistics right now because you know how paranoid he really is. Again, mess with his money, his paranoia comes out. But he wants to like tell you, I'm not over exaggerating on my statistics, but I'm going to pull them up anyway while he over exaggerates it.
So I go to earnings, I go to memberships, and it literally says, I am down this month over $1,000 in revenue.
Huh, $1,000. That's a rather interesting number there. Every single time that something comes up, like you need something fixed or you need a certain amount, it's always 1,000 with you. It's always that amount. It's never a certain amount. It's never like $20. It's never $325.42. It's not that at all. Instead, it's 1,000. How is it 1,000, Phil? Like, I know some people are like dancing in the streets, like making like this whole like jubilee of how this is a great thing and that it's funny. But at the same time, why 1,000? It's like you really want to know why. But then again, over exaggeration.
Because of the bogus gifted memberships on this channel.
If they were so bogus, Phil, why did they get the emotes then? Why are they able to actually participate in your chat?
That in a normal month, people would have become members or renewed their memberships or gifted legit memberships. And it would have equated to over $1,000.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking though, Phil. You always like to think that the bigger the number, the better you'll do. But no, as soon as you gave away the ways to fuck with you, aka handing them the bullets to their guns, supplying them with the ammo, you essentially did that to yourself. But no, it's so always going to be the troll's fault. Yep, narcissist deflection.
And I don't have that now because these idiots came in with VPNs, abused the system, found the exploit, and gifted so many memberships to the channel that literally nobody is paying for a membership now.
So originally it was 3 people, then you put it down to 1 person fucking with you, and now it's a group of people fucking with you. You really can't really keep the story cooperating with one another. Instead, you always want to add on more or add less to it. But every single time, though, he's just mad that his money is gone. It's like, did you spend all that money before you even had it?
That's not good.
Yeah, for you. How's it your your audience's problem?
That is awful, and that is going to seriously hurt me, okay?
Another thing that is going to bring in mind, like, if it's about his channel or the content, everyone's involved. But if it's his money affected, then he's the one affected. But he likes to pull up his like audience as like a shield, or his family as a shield, or anything bad that ever happens to him. It affects everybody. But if it's his money, it's always him that's affected. That's always a good point to look at while he's scratching his beard. I think he got the bagel crumb stuck in it again.
And here's the truth is that would have been income I absolutely should have had.
Yep, you would have had it straight to Scopely.
Because a lot of people either renew or auto-renew, or they wait. Like, for example, I get a feeling what would have happened is today, a lot of people would have come by the stream and said, oh, so my membership lapsed, but hey, I'm here to watch Like a Dragon, or hey, I'm here to watch Tekken 8 for the first time. Now would be the time when I will renew my membership, or maybe give some memberships to the community, and you already have one.
Or they could just wait for it to expire and then renew it. But then again, he likes to believe all this shit in his head because he couldn't really think of a response to any of this shit. So it's just so weird to see this, but it's also quite entertaining. I'm not going to lie.
So now you're not going to do that, right? So this is income that I rightly would have had and earned through all of the hard work that I've done this month.
No. That's why I'm going to stop you right there, fucko. You didn't earn any of this shit. You are not owed anything, because what we've seen is just laziness on top of laziness on top of laziness. The whole thing that we're seeing is that people are handing you money. You're getting handouts from your own audience, so you didn't legitimately earn it. You're a panhandler pretending to be homeless and poor, but yet we all know you have money hidden away somewhere, but you just want to keep crying, say that you're broke, trolls ruined your finances, Evil AJ's fault, Tevin's fault, you know, all the excuses he wants to bring to why he's not doing well financially.
And now I'm not going to get it because of trolls. And that's fucking bullshit, right? So you know me. I'm not going to stand here and say, stick it to the trolls, man, and support the channel to stick it to the trolls, because I don't want anyone ever supporting my content to stick it to anything.
So what about that vest streak you got going back in 2020?
And this vest is now a symbol of all of us who never give up, who basically say no matter what gets thrown against us in life, we're going to persevere through it. We're going to say fuck you to the haters, and we're going to be successful no matter what. That's what this has become. That every day now, it's another win against those shitheads who every day tell us we can't do something, we're not good enough, we're just scum. For what? What do we do that we deserve that? Nothing. But this is what they are. They're just crazy people, and they will always try to tear you down. In life, there's always going to be people trying to tear you down. And this vest has become a ridiculous, I know it's as stupid as it sounds, as crazy as it sounds, but that's what it is. This is a symbol of persevering through all kinds of adversity, through all kinds of challenges. In a way, being able to do this symbol, to have this symbol stand for something is pretty cool and motivating.
I mean, for God's sakes, Phil, you want to say that it's not that, but you've done shit against us and that's sticking it to us. Like, are you fucking for real?
I want you supporting me and my content because you like it, right?
Or, Phil, another thing that they do is they give you money because you're not paying attention to them. So they think, hey, if I give him money, he'll pay attention to me. You do this quite a lot. While you're saying that I'm an interactive streamer, but you're not paying attention to your own audience. Then a super chat comes in. Stop what you're doing. Read off the super chat. Or someone give me a super chat. Someone gave me a tip. Someone gave me anything that's financial. You're saying that, oh, people like me in general, but no one likes you.
Like what I do on DSP Gaming. You like the style I cover these games.
No, I fucking don't, Phil. No, I don't.
You like the fact that I put all the effort into the throwback channel this month to give you what you wanted after so many years of asking for it.
What effort did you actually put into that channel, Phil? Because it looks like everyone else is putting in the effort but you.
You like the fact that I do this react show every week that's interactive and fun, and it's a year anniversary of it coming up next month, right?
How is it interactive, Phil? You're just sitting there deadpan staring at the TV, barely saying a word, doing the tahas and the goat laughs, and then putting in your 2 cents feigning intelligence. And the only time you ever interact with your audience is to do the lightning round questions, aka someone giving you money to ask questions. And also, when someone's saying something in the chat, you don't like it, ban, ban, ban. Or you just want to yell at your audience saying that this content is stupid.
I want you to support my content because you like what I'm putting out. Not because you want to show the trolls this or that. None of that, okay?
Even though that is entirely what you're trying to say, Phil. That is entirely what you're trying to say.
But in truth, I absolutely need your help this week. I need this week to be a really great week for support. Because if it's not, I'm going to be down over $1,000 in memberships alone. Now, it's already a month where I'm behind on ad revenue, and that's okay. That's something that I'm used to happening every January. But never have I faced a situation where not only am I now down on that ad revenue, but now I've got another major chunk of my income missing because of these trolls. Okay?
Yeah, great. So you want to say that you really need the help. You have to put on the victim mentality yet again. Go, guys, I really need your help. I really need your help to save my house, to pay my taxes, to help me go see my dying parents, to help me to get my money so I can actually afford things in February. Again, Phil, you want to put on this victim mentality every single time, and you're thinking and hoping that someone is stupid enough to give you money. And in most cases, it works because they're easily manipulated by you and they're easily gullible to the point where they're like, oh, Phil's a nice guy. He's done nothing wrong to us. Here's money. Every fucking time.
Now, how can you support the channel? It's very simple. If you already have a membership because you were gifted it in illegitimate means by these idiots, think about gifting another membership to the community. You could do that. You could pay it forward. And yes, that will help someone else and give them a membership. Or
I thought you didn't want people to do the membership thing because of, Argentina rise up.
Just do a super chat, right? Do a super chat during the stream. Just say, hey, I would have bought the membership, but I already have it, so here's a super chat to make up for it, right?
Yeah, so essentially you're just telling them to just give you money in all means, shape, or form, even though, goddamn, this is just you begging for the sake of begging.
Or send a tip. Hey, FYI, I really appreciate this stuff you're doing. Sorry about this nonsense this month. Here's a tip to show my support. Or hey, you want to get something special out of it? Go over to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil and pledge something there. What if you're someone who's not on a stream? You could go pledge to my Patreon for a couple bucks a month. That helps. And that's a lot of people do that behind the scenes. It's a behind the scenes way to kind of support stuff. And that way you don't have to ever be called out on a stream or anything like that if that's not what you're seeking.
I just love the fact that he just brings up Patreon out of the blue. Because every single time that he wants to talk about how you could support his own content or his channel, it's always memberships, super chats, and tips. Maybe occasionally super thanks. But hardly ever do we ever hear him say Patreon. Like, you know, he's trying to desperately sucker in people to give him money just so that way he can actually go pay off the next Scopely event that's going on for WWE Champions. Or he's trying to do so and say, oh, hey guys, Valentine's Day is coming up and I want to treat my wife to something fancy. I want to go to a nice expensive sushi restaurant, but I can't because I'm down on support. Please help.
Or, hey, do a pledge over there and you buy a private video and I'll make you a private video in February. Right?
The way that you just phrased that, Phil, don't do that ever again.
That's the highest level perk over there. So this is just one of the many ways, okay? The many ways that you can support this channel, okay?
Yep, all the ways you can support my channel. Glug, 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 swish, swish, swish. Ginny.
And what's funny is people will say, well, he's asking for something. No, I'm not. I'm not asking for anything.
No, he's not asking. He's telling you to do it.
That's revenue I would have had. These are memberships I already had.
Okay, so you're saying that you had them and that they're real, but you keep saying that they're fake. Again, which is it, Phil?
Understand? This is stuff that should have been, it says right here, compared to last month's performance, you're down over $1,000 in memberships.
Phil, I know you get asked this quite a lot, but where's the evidence of this? I know that you're saying that you're looking at your statistics right now, but provide a screenshot. You could censor it in any way, shape, or form, so that way you can have your identity or your information protected. Do whatever it needs necessary. This is just coming across as you over-exaggerating everything, and the sources that you're making it the fuck up with barely any nuggets of truth, aka your statistics.
Why? Because someone gave them away. You literally just handed out the product without anyone paying for it. And that's not right. And YouTube,
even though people did pay for it, Phil, but it wasn't the amount that you wanted and it wasn't American themed.
YouTube shouldn't have these loopholes, but they do. Right? And now I'm being hurt pretty badly. All right? And
oh, boo fucking who, Phil? There are people out there in the fucking world that don't even make the amount of money that you do. And they have to struggle to make ends meet. And yet you're sitting here pretending like you're one of these people. Saying that you're struggling. Oh, the trolls ruined my business. They ruined my money. I'm struggling. I need all the help I can get. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I'm hoping that I can recover from this, because if I have multiple months that are like this, this could ruin the business.
I'm sorry. I thought you being sick was going to make you financially destitute after being sick for, I don't know, 3 days.
Honest here, like, it really could screw everything up.
Yeah, for you. No one else.
For me and the business, and that's not fair. What did I do wrong?
Oh, there are plenty of things that you did wrong, fucko.
I've been putting out the same great content for you.
Yeah, you can delude yourself and calling your content great, but a lot of outsiders looking in will look at your content and be like, wow, this is shit.
Every month. And you guys like the content. That's what you're here for.
Maybe the 0.0000002% of the population that actually likes your content, like, unironically likes your content. Is that the people that you're trying to say that likes the content? Because the majority of the world either knows who you are and you're a big piece of shit, or the rest of them don't even know who the fuck you are and wonder, why does this person exist?
So why am I getting punished because YouTube has a loophole and trolls are basically taking advantage of it? It's fucked up, right?
Yep, welcome back to another case of why does bad things have to good people segment? Well, DSP Gaming is trying to tell you that he's actually a good person, that he did nothing wrong, he did everything correct, and he's constantly being fucked over by people like me. Isn't life just grand and delusional inside of his own bubble to make him look like he's the good guy, he's the hero, and everyone else is the asshole and the villain? Isn't that just annoyingly stupid?
And again, people are already would have had these memberships. This is not, I'm asking for you to contribute over and above. This is income that would have come in.
You know, Phil, this should not be called the Level 1 Podcast, because this is not a podcast. this should just be called the Talking in Circles vlog, because every single time you're trying to tell people something, you're talking in fucking circles. It's like, Phil, stick to the point. Actually progress in the point. Stop going in circles.
If it weren't for all these fake gifted memberships. So please consider contributing in some other way if you got one of those gifted memberships. Again, whether it's a super chat or a tip or whatever it may be.
And the bottom line that Phil wants is just give me money. I don't give a fuck if it's a super chat or a tip or a Patreon. I don't give a fuck anymore. Just give me money. Even memberships, I don't care. Give me money. It's like, God damn it, Phil. The greed is just coming out even more.
I don't want to see this huge negative effect on my business for no reason.
Yeah, because every single time anything negative comes up, it seeps over to your chat because you're pushing it onto them.
Here's the thing. It used to be, oh, Phil's lazy and Phil's doing this.
Well, yeah, you are entirely fucking lazy.
Tell me how I'm lazy.
You know what? Continue, Phil. I want to hear more of your thoughts.
This year, improved thumbnails based on your feedback, improved titles to all of my videos based on your feedback, playing the games you want like Baldur's Gate 3 based on your feedback, increasing the amount of content that I'm putting out by making an entirely new channel.
Okay, I'll stop right there. Thumbnails aren't done by you. The titles aren't really done by you. You're playing Baldur's Gate 3 because you didn't want to come across as like, oh, I was wrong about Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm going to be playing it, even though someone gifted it to you, and you made the ultimatum of holding my hand, giving me money, or the game sucks. And number 4, the amount of content that's coming out, the majority of that work is not even done by you. It's done by editors that you brought in to do all the work for you. All you did is like, here's the footage, guys. Upscale it, make it look better, so I can upload it and make money off of it. Oh, what's that? You want a paycheck? Oh, go fuck yourself.
Again, based on your requests and feedback over these years.
Again, the whole thing with the lost media. Who really asked for this? And who is this really for? Because honestly, I just think it's Phil's way of trying to make money in a more desperate attempt.
I'm doing exactly what everyone is telling me to do to improve.
Not really, though, Phil, because there's a lot of times when people told you to stop begging, to shorten the podcast, or don't even do the podcast. Do a podcast maybe at the beginning when you come back, and then do the other thing, the daily wrap, at the end of the work week, in quotes. I mean, that would have saved you a lot of fucking time so you can actually play the games and actually beat the games. But you looked at all the feedback that people give you, and you called them demands. So no, you're not following everyone else's feedback.
Yet some people seem to think that that's warrants them to just try to destroy everything, but just because they can, right? And
again, you're generalizing what trolls are doing to you. You're generalizing again, buddy.
And this is the point I've been making to you guys all these years.
Yep, here's the seeds that I'm just putting into your brain. I'm adding more seeds. Oh, hey, these are gin flavored.
The reason that we troll Phil is because he's a bad content creator is a smokescreen.
If that's the case, the reason why that we troll you, Phil, is because you're overall generally a very negative, toxic person. All the way through and through. You yell at your audience if you don't get enough money. You yell at your audience if they say something you don't agree with, or they chat amongst themselves about topics you don't fucking like football, soccer, or anything sports related, or religious, or politics. But in all of that, we see this, but you want to put the blame onto someone else. You want to blame the detractors. You want to blame a big content creator. You want to blame YouTube. You want to blame Twitch. You want to blame everybody else but yourself, because you never hold yourself accountable to the bullshit that you've done. So again, Phil, you want to know the reason why we talk badly about you, we make content about you? Just fucking ask us why we don't like you, and we can provide you with a big fucking thesaurus. No, not even than that. A whole entire saga of why we fucking hate you. But you wouldn't even read that saga because there's no pictures.
It never was legit to begin with. Yeah, maybe when This Is How You Don't Play came out over a decade ago, those original videos were based on let's make fun of Phil because his gameplay sucks.
No, Phil, it wasn't just your gameplay sucks. It's that every single time you're blaming your audience and also blaming the game devs to why you were sucking at the game. But, again, delude yourself into believing that's what really is the case.
I am not the same person from over 10 years ago.
No, Phil, you are the same person 10 years ago, and it doesn't even matter how long ago, you're still the same person. The only problem is that you're saying that you've changed when you've never changed from begin with. you've never done so.
These people who on a daily basis are sitting here trolling me, doing this stuff, no longer care about making a point about I need to improve, because I am improving.
No, you're not. You want to say that now you're improving, but you're not improving. Instead, you're taking other people's ideas and what other people do on their own streams, and you're trying to implement that into your own content. And Phil, you want to sit there and say that no one tells you how to improve? There are some people that actually try to help you improve, but you don't take it at heart's value. Instead, you take it with a grain of salt, but then that grain of salt gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you want to put the blame onto someone else, aka the narcissistic deflection comes out from you, making you look like you are better than everybody else, that you're successful, and that we're not, even though detractors are more successful than you, Phil.
Sorry, it's indisputable. I'm improving my content.
No, Phil, this is easily disputable, and I just did.
The problem is they don't care. All they want to do is troll because it makes them feel better about themselves, because they actually have no real power in real life for anything. They're losers.
God damn it, Phil. Do you really think this about everybody? Are you really just deflecting the fact that you're the loser in real life, that didn't get a successful job, that you didn't get anywhere in life, so you're just casting upon your own insecurities onto everyone else? Again, the narcissistic deflection onto someone else? Like, my God, Phil, you are a fucking loser, but you want to tell stories of how you're not a loser and that you were successful. But at the end of it all, Phil, you're just a loser trying to fit in to this fucking world, and nothing you could say or do could change the public's opinion about you. I mean, for God's sakes, Phil. Once a loser, always a fucking loser.
They sit on the internet fucking with people all day long.
Not everybody does it, Phil. Some people look at this as a hobby.
Keep in mind, same people sitting on a place like Kiwi Farms doxing people nonstop for no fucking reason. Right? The same people trying to get into my private life.
Even though you keep telling people about your private life and that you actually did dox yourself. Because I already know he said Kiwi Farms are doxing, but Phil, you dox your own information.
Trying to pry into my behind the scenes life and financials and shit. That's none of their fucking business, nor anyone's business.
Oh, Phil, this is very rich coming from you, because the whole thing about financials, your statistics on YouTube, is nobody's fucking business. But what do? You bring it right out into the open. It's like, hey guys, I'm going to over exaggerate that I'm losing $1,000. And this is something that is in the private scene, something that y'all shouldn't know about. But I'm going to let y'all know about it anyway, because the trolls. God damn it.
It's ridiculous. And now, we found another thing to do. Well, I'm not going to let it beat me. I refuse.
Oh, you're not going to let it beat you? Then why do you talk about the trolls constantly, Phil? For a guy that says he has thick skin, it is so fucking thin that you don't even need a knife to cut it. You can just pull it apart and it rips.
No matter what they do, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, you're going to keep going, and you're going to keep failing, and you're going to keep deflecting that it's someone else's problem but your own.
Like I said, I will quit making content on the internet the day when I decide I'm quit and I'm done. I decide that, nobody else.
Or unless YouTube, steps in and puts a stop to your fucking channel or channels. I mean, they can do so, Phil.
So I'm going to keep going, and I don't care what these idiots are doing. I don't.
You don't care about what these idiots are doing, but let me tell you what these idiots are doing.
I don't give two shits, but I need your help, and I don't like having to come out outright to ask for it. I haven't had to do this in years.
Phil, you've been doing it for years. Every single time. Please support my stream. Give me a tip. Give me a super chat. Give me a membership. You've done this for fucking years. Sure, it's not big, grandiose, like fucking save the house or help me stay out of jail or my parents are dying. But it's on that same level of, hey, beg. Oh, Argentinian pesos banned.
Right? I haven't. If you take a look at the last few years, things have been going pretty good.
Have they been going really good though, Phil? Have they?
Last year was a really good year.
A repeating pattern that Phil always tends to do is he'll always say at the beginning of a new year that the last year was better than the new year, even though the new year hasn't really fully started yet. But then as the new year goes on, he'll end up saying that the year before was bad, but this year was better, and he'll just keep doing this to every single year. It doesn't matter if it's the past years, future years, or the present year. He'll still keep on bringing up the fact that the last year was good and this year sucks. It's just going in circles over and over. It's insanity.
I would argue that the content got better and the support was great, but now we're starting off this year on a low note because of this nonsense with the memberships, all right?
A low note, even though you could have just easily avoided all of this by keeping your mouth shut.
So again, if you like the content, please support it in another way than one of these memberships, because I just lost a bunch of revenue on this nonsense and I need to make it up in the next week. Like, no exaggeration, I need to have a really good week this week.
I need to have a really good week this week. Oh, by the way, watch me get salty at Tekken 8.
And if I do, then I'll feel a lot more safe heading into February. It won't be as big of a deal. But I am nervous now that I'm down, a big down month, and then there's going to be another down month. And is this going to be a thing ongoing now because of this membership situation? Right?
Oh, God, he talks about the memberships and someone gifted him 50. Oh, no.
Right?
And he just saw the 50 memberships pop up, and he's like,
God damn it, I told him not to give me memberships.
So here we go again. Someone dropping a 50-member bomb. Do you really think that this is legit? It's probably another troll.
I just love the fact that he's getting really fucking paranoid over the 50 gifted memberships given to him. Like, he doesn't even know if their Argentinian pesos are legitimate now. Now he can't even say that, oh, hey, someone gave me 50 memberships. Aha, I'm so grateful. Now it's like, oh, hey, 50. Don't think it's legitimate. Ban. And if it was legitimate, oh, God, that person's never coming back. If that's the case.
And again, you notice every day now we're getting a 50-member bomb on the channel. Am I supposed to celebrate this?
Phil, you have close to 1,800 memberships. I mean, for God's sakes, you could be dropping more emotes. And you even said that, hey, all these memberships, I can actually put out emotes. And you were actually happy about it. But now you're just going back to being negative, going, should I really be happy about this? It's not real money. Give me real money.
You know it's fake, right? You absolutely know it's fake. I don't know who this person is. Have you ever heard of them before? Of course not.
So if they're fake, why does it say that Teal Bomber was gifted a membership?
It is what it is. Just ignore the nonsense. And please support the channel in a way if you can. Again, if you can. Please do a super chat. Please do a tip. It's not mandatory. It would be greatly appreciated right now.
The way that you just said that, Phil, saying that it's not mandatory, but it's appreciated, you are making it mandatory. That if you don't get that money by the end of the month, you'll be financially destitute. And it's the troll's fault.
With the way things are going with these trolls. Again, and the funny part about this is, they say, oh, you see, Phil's e-begging again. Did I do that until you fucked with my income? No.
You've been doing it. Stop saying that you've never e-begged when you fucking e-begged.
You create the situation, then you complain about it.
Phil, you're the one creating the situation, not us.
Like, I chose to do it. I didn't want to change DSP Reacts. I liked how the channel ran for a year. You're the reason I had to change the show.
Phil, what exactly did you make the changes on? Adding a tier? I thought that was OP Boone's idea.
I didn't want to have to talk about this week.
But you've been talking about it for multiple fucking weeks.
You're the reason why.
No, I'm not the reason why, Phil. Let the delusions in your head tell you otherwise, but we all know the truth. It's not our fault.
You create the behavior you claim to not like, so you're insane.
Says the person talking about the same shit on a different day. God damn. Oh, you want to call the white coats on me? Phil, you're the one that needs the mental help, not me.
Literally, you're insane. You're a fucked up individual.
Oh, I'm the fucked up individual? I'm not scamming my fucking audience for money by adding in a tips goal to make them pay more. I'm not constantly making myself look like a fucking victim by saying, guys, the trolls are hurting me badly. Oh, they're hurting me, guys. Please give me money so I can make it in February. God damn, you're fucking weird.
Whoever's doing this shit, okay?
Glub, 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 insane sips. God damn it, man.
Okay. Ladies and gents, let's move on.
Oh, let us move on, because there's something else that needs to be discussed. And who fucking boy. Phil wants to say that we're insane? Oh, no. You have not seen Insane.
The owe me and told you I've been off living the good life, right? You're no exception.
Wow.
What? Who told you that? You can't just believe everything you hear, you know?
All right, simmer down. Now, be real. Just how much are you making? Nobody wants a bunch of former Yakuza wandering around. Doesn't that weigh on your conscience?
Yeah, you know,
at
it's
all?
kind of like when I was partnered with Twitch TV for many, many years and they never had a problem with me. And all of a sudden, a group of my detractors put together a smear campaign against me saying all this stuff about me that wasn't true. And then Twitch was so stupid, they just believed it and kicked me out of the partner program.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. He's talking about how Twitch kicked him out. Phil, there's no smear campaign. You're believing what someone is telling you when there's no smear campaign. Twitch saw what you did. The hateful slurs, the harmful slurs, however the fuck you wanted to twist it. You said those things.
I mean, that's literally what's happening with him. It's just a bunch of slander people put together that's not true, but it built up enough to the point where now his life is getting fucked up too.
Oh, great. Slander. All this is slander.
You sure? I mean, you're already going viral as it is. Ask yourself, do you really want to throw oil on that fire?
Wow.
Viral? Do I look like I'm sick to you?
Huh?
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like, huh?
Oh, come on. Have you not seen how people are talking about you online?
Can't say I have. Not a big web guy.
Seriously? Ugh, what a pain. Hey, show him the video.
What's up, people? Tatara channel.
What the fuck is this?
Let's get to it. Ladies and gents, our perp of the day. This man here is Ichiban Kasuga.
Look, does this look familiar? I mean, not a VTuber portion of it, but it's all online slander, just like with me.
How he's comparing Ichiban, a guy who's actually down on his luck and he's actually getting fucked with, a generally a nice guy getting fucked with. How is this in comparison to you? Someone in reality. So you're saying something in fiction is familiar with you. Okay.
Literally, it's just my story. People just making shit up, online slander.
No, Phil! No. Everything that we have said about you and all the videos that were made about you, those weren't slander. That was taken from your fucking mouth. What you went through wasn't slander. People were just taking what you said and gave it more context. While you're saying we're taking it out of context.
Based on no facts, just fucking conspiracy.
But Phil, that's entirely you talking about detractors, bringing up random conspiracy theories with no facts to back it up, except pulling it out of your ass saying, I made it up, guys.
And it's ruining his life like they're trying to ruin mine.
Former
Oh my
gangster
fucking
was
god,
heavily
dude.
involved.
Phil, the only person that ever ruined your life is you. We didn't ruin your life. We didn't make you take out 13, 14 credit cards so you can move across the fucking country. We didn't put you in bankruptcy. We didn't make you break up with Leanna or vice versa. We didn't do all this shit to you. The only person that did that was you.
You should be proud you made it on our show, Kasuga-san.
My ass, I'm proud. This whole thing's bogus.
Bogus? Dude, they got the whole thing on video.
Yeah, just like me.
Phil, this is nowhere like you. A fictional character who actually is being spread around slander for something that's a misunderstanding. Compared to you, someone that actually has done shit that it's not a misunderstanding. It was from your own malicious intent. And you want to call us insane.
This is literally my story. I think someone watches me and made this game. They wrote the game based on my story.
And yet this is the same motherfucker that wants to call all detractors insane. Even though he was saying all this shit about how in Sea of Stars, the vest was made from him, that people were fans of his, that watch his videos, made the vest his best thing about him. And now this, talking about slander and misunderstandings, and Phil's talking about this is his life story because a developer over that made Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth created this and watched his videos, was a fan of his, like, you know what? We're gonna put Darkside Phil's story into this. The delusions of grandeur, man. That's all that this is, and it's driving him insane.
All makes sense. That's gotta be
Oh
why I
my
got let go
God.
today. It's just got to.
Anyway, look, we got you on video.
It's remarkable.
You can
Oh, trust me. It gets worse.
And even if she did take the video down, what's done is done. Once something gets uploaded, copies of it start spreading like wildfire. And what makes this whole mess even sadder is, those who eat this stuff up don't even really care about the truth.
They don't?
Exactly.
Then what the hell's the point?
Exactly.
Really, most people just want a target. A punching bag for their
Oh
own
my
cause.
God, are you kidding
Can't go
me?
around trashing innocent people. But if it's someone who's proven to be evil, well, that's a different story.
Wow.
I love the fact that Naba actually said if someone is truly evil, that's a different story. Which Phil's case, talking about detractors making videos about Phil, who is actually an evil person that wants to proclaim himself and parade himself as a good person, then yes, we call him out on everything bad that he's ever done, while he's going to sit there and retcon everything to make himself look like a good guy. But again, though, he wants to sit there going, that's right, this is related to my life story, guys. I'm not crazy.
So it's bullying, rebranded for the modern era.
Yes.
Well, on the other hand, this stuff has actually served as a bit of a crime deterrent.
Oh my God.
We
And I love the fact that he's not even paying attention to the story, though. He's just going over the thing about bullying, slander, ack. But they even said it's used as a crime deterrent. And he's not even paying attention to that. He's only listening to what he wants to hear.
uploaded Rio Aoki's confession 4 years ago, remember? The cultural climate's been changing ever since.
Now it's our turn on the chopping block. Is that it? Talk about irony.
No, I seriously can't believe the plot of the game that I'm about to be playing for probably the next 2 months is a fucking fourth wall breaking life like situation that applies to me and my life.
No, this is not a fourth wall break, Phil. This is in no way, shape, or form breaking the fourth wall and calling to you. It's like, Dark Side Phil Burnell, this is your life. Not once. Only the voices in your head are making you believe this.
I never in a million years did I think that this would be the plot of this game. What happened here? Am I playing? Is this the real game or is someone like pranking me? No, I mean it. Like, am I being punked?
And now he's thinking that this whole thing is a fucking joke. But every single thing that he has said out of his mouth saying that this game is related to his life story is a fucking joke. And it's not a funny one either.
Is this a different version that I've downloaded? Are you guys fucking with me right now?
No, this is the same game that everybody is fucking playing. Every person that bought this game and is playing it are seeing the same fucking thing. You're just taking the part of the story where people are like, damn, I want Ichiban in the game to fucking succeed. But you're taking it as, oh my god, life story.
Like, what is happening?
What is happening is that a man is highly huffing his own farts to the point that he's believing that this is related to him somehow when it's fucking not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Adachi-san. Namba, this is my fault.
Huh?
If I hadn't been so naive, none of this would have happened.
So I guess so what I need to do is I need to do whatever, I have to go to Hawaii. Maybe if I go to Hawaii in real life, I could solve this problem then, right?
Yeah, Phil, go to Hawaii. I mean, it wasn't like your mom tried to send you and Kat on a honeymoon over there back when you got married or anything.
Is that what they're saying? We have to see what happens with this plot.
Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens to this plot so I can make more references to my life. The whole podcast was just unhinged insanity. How he wants to sit there saying that it's the trolls' fault for the reason why his revenue is down, even though he gave them the ammunition to fuck with them more and more and more. But yet he wants to keep going on and say that he made great changes, that he's not lazy, but yet he's entirely lazy. But the whole icing on the cake, after calling the detractors insane, he wants to go on and say that Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is his life story with the slander. Taking something of a fictional character who actually is down on his luck, that he's actually dealing with a misunderstanding, to someone who actually did do heinous shit to his audience and to other people. But in a way, he wants to correlate it to the same thing. Like, Phil, do you not correlate fiction from reality, or are you just deluding yourself to anything that is said about you or anything that has a reference to your shitty content or your life in general is somehow telling people that, hey, this is my story, this is what I do on my streams. It's like insanity on top of more insanity. Same shit on a different fucking day. But I'm done. I'm just gonna end this off with a fill prayer before I just go even more fucking insane from the bullshit. Deliver us from the dents, deliver us from the pay pigs, deliver us from the pignosis. May we never come dented, may we never come a beggar like Darkside Phil, and just for the love of God, know the difference between fiction and reality. Because Phil is so obsessed with his own fictions that he cannot see what reality truly is, which is him not holding himself accountable to anything, and he really needs to. But everyone have a good rest of y'all's day, rest of y'all's night. Keep it real, beautiful people, and I'll see you in the next video.